it's a great rebounding league, but they are phenomenal at it with the way they follow up shots. There's really two games going on in every possession. There's the offensive game, whether it's full court or half court, and you're guarding them. And then the next game, and really the hardest game, is the rebound game. And so, we did a good job. I look at the numbers, we're even. But at the end of the day, the biggest story to me, why we weren't able to pull this out at the end, was the 11 second chance points they got in the second half. We had a couple of untimely turnovers. We broke a couple of plays that weren't there. We didn't have we didn't execute a couple of things that we wanted. We executed some things very well. But even with all that being said, we were missing some shots. They're missing some shots. We didn't. We couldn't guard the dunk. Right? We struggled with guarding the dribble at times. That's why we try to switch. That's why we're getting in the zone. And at the end of the day, they crash through the glass, and you've got to have numerous people in the glass at that point in time. And that hurts, but I love our effort. I love their attitude. I love the way the last 2 days have been in practice. Very confident going into this game. I would have been confident against anybody we played based on the way we've practiced. We've had really good practices all year. But the last 2 days were a little bit different, and we've got to learn how to figure out how to build on it and move forward, because there's no question we were ready to play. We just couldn't finish it at the end.
Questions? Is there any good question, please?
Anybody?
Anybody?
Good.
I know I asked you about Christian Harrison yesterday. With decision to start him, was that more on the lines of having somebody to guard Tremont Waters?
No, we didn't put him on immediately. No, it was because he plays extremely hard. It's because he is tremendously competitive, and we needed a jolt. We needed a jolt defensively and moving without the ball. And you're going to give up some things offensively with shooting the ball, but you're going to gain some things definitely. And again, that's this program. No matter how long I'm the coach here, it is about coaching every guy every day. It doesn't matter if you're the leading scorer or a freshman that's playing very few minutes. It doesn't matter if you're a senior that never gets in the game. You're going to get coached every day, and Christian responds to that. And it's continuing to develop, and a lot of it's confidence. He's confident he can go out there and do that. And again, we're mixing our defenses more and more. We're trying to do the things we can do to cover the lane up. But I've played him, obviously, different times, and I felt with my instinct to start him, and I'm glad that I did. Go ahead, Mark.
When you talk about a couple of good practices, do you walk off a practice court those days thinking, okay, that this is going to be a good matchup for us, we're feeling it, or not necessarily?
Oh, absolutely. And again, I'm not trying to just put it on these last 2 days. I've said this, and it's the bottom line. It's part of our growth process. If we played some of these games the way we practice, we'd have a much better record. Okay, we do not. We have very few. Now, I'm not going to say we have 100%. Nobody has 100% great practice every day. That's not what I'm saying. But we practice well. We practice competitively. We get our heads down sometimes too much when things aren't going well in the game. Where that doesn't happen in practice. And so then we lose a little bit of our cohesion in games. We've practiced well all year, but I thought the last 2 days were definitely different for us. I thought even when we went into walkthrough situations at the end of a practice yesterday, and guys are just completely locked into it. And so that's what we've just got to continue to build on. But again, it's not like we just started practicing well. I'm not trying to say that. I'm trying to say that the 2 days that we had here, a tremendous confidence going into the game, and that very much felt like the confidence would carry over.
Questions for Coach Crean?
Good, man.
Yeah, Coach, I think LSU's won, maybe 14 out of their last 15. What was the key, what was the approach to stay close against a team like that as well as they've been?
Well, you got to do your best to not give them live ball turnovers, because that's what hurt us the first time. And we were right in that game the first time. It was a great example. We got down because of the turnovers at LSU, and we got our head down, right? We're not realizing there's so much we can do to come back, and we did in that game. But I think the biggest key is at the beginning and the end. You got to get back in transition, and then you got to close it off with the rebounding. And we got second chance points, but their second chance points were timely in a close game like this. And that's what their greatest strength is to me. Tremont does so many things well. They've got a very skilled team. He's an excellent coach. They're deep. The guys, everybody he puts in, there's no drop off. When you're bringing Emmett Williams off the bench, I thought Emmett Williams had as much to do with the win over Kentucky as anything the other day. He scored 8 straight points. He's just relentless. People forget that was one of the top 5 players in America going into the summer of his senior year. He's just a tremendous player. And so they're deep in that way, even though they don't play a ton of guys. And you can't have empty possessions with the glass. And for the most part, we didn't. But the other thing is you can't overhelp. And that's the biggest thing, Mike, is in the half court, because Waters is such a good passer. You can't be in an overhelp situation where he can kick it out for threes. I thought we did better there. I may feel different when I watch the film, but to me, the biggest thing is the glass.